goodness, Midnight, what are you?
It's a mid lane Rafaela. What?
Midnight, what are you cooking? Yeah, this is a mid Rafaela. Oh, this is...
Hey.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh. Wow, wow, wee, wow,
Wow,
wee,
wow, wow, wee.
Why is this, at this point, something that we're not expecting from Midnight? Why is it catching us off guard so much?
We're not expecting from anyone. This is... I can see
it's Big Brain Midnight.
It's Mr. Big Brain Man.
Big Brain Man.
Maybe the utility healer type we were suggesting was something I expected more from Liquid rather than Aurora.
This is the kind of draft that kind of says we're playing for TNZ,
yes.
right? All the heals, all the peels, everything goes to Aurora. So who knows, this Aurora might even go for a Sky Piercer, considering there's a lot of heal, there's a lot of crowd control, and now the Claw gets picked up by Team Liquid. So let me just say this, if Aurora somehow gets a very good early game, Team Liquid is gonna suffer for the fact that Claw needs farm, the Yisenshin needs farm, Esmeralda also kinda needs farm. So if Aurora has a good early game, Liquid might be in trouble.
Yeah. I'm also worried. It's a very annoying lineup to go up against if you are Liquid at this point. There are just ways to speed up. There's just the Wrath of Dryad that could just catch you and stop you in your tracks if you don't dive in. So timings are very crucial heading into this game.
Well, heading into our second series of the day, it's the defending MSC champions for Mlbb, Team Liquid versus Aurora Gaming. Let's see if the sparks will fly as expected as we send it over to our casters here, Trex and Naisu.
Here we go. This is going to be an interesting one. Off the bat, off the rip, Trex after an amazing Series 1 to start off day 2 with MSC. Here we are with a draft that's out of left field. I don't even know if it's in the field, man. This is so far from what we're used to seeing with the hands of Coach Midnight and Aurora Gaming here. When was the last time you thought you'd see a Rafael in the mid?
It's been a while. Maybe there was a sprinkle in M5? Maybe we saw a little bit of heal then, but I feel like, definitely saw some in M4 with all the utility jungle. Yeah. But outside of that, yeah, it's been a very, very, very long time. I have been wondering about this, if we're going to start to see some classic, Ube in a sense.
Yes.
With such heavy assassin junglers coming back, sometimes that is the answer. Sustainability, steamroll, group up, and just power through. But the thing is, with something like Aurora, it's a little different than what you would classically see with that. Normally you see the utility jungler paired up with that.
This is a different flavor, I'd say, but leave it to a team like Aurora Gaming, from Turkey to go ahead and bring this kind of strategy to play. I think that's one of the big things. Even when you look at the emblems, the Rafaela looks to go ahead and obviously have a little bit more on that cooldown for the heal. Depending on the build, too, that Rosa is going to go, is what I'm interested in. What do you build here on that Rafaela to go in the mid lane, supplement this strategy that you're going with? And you have a lot of durability here. Some poking for KarlTzy and Pagu.
Also, the Rafaela, you get the revive now? It's been a couple months since the revamp on that. It's no longer the big stun on that ult. You get to bring one of your teammates back to life, essentially. So even more sustainability in terms of how long you want to drag out a team fight. The target could literally be anyone on the team, honestly. Anyone on Aurora's side could benefit from that. You bring back the Uranus, you bring back the Beleric, you bring back Siggy Boomer TNZ. It could all be a good play.
Ooh. Good little flicker burn there. Battle spell down for Sanji off of that. First turtle is going to be up here to second, too. So both teams getting into movement for that turtle. One thing I would say, because of the nature of the compositions, expect long team fights, right? I think that's the biggest thing. You're used to seeing really high speed, high stakes team fights, but with these kind of compositions, both sides, and a revitalize for JP, hold on. Speaking of.
Nice dive into the mid, TNZ able to get the turtle. KarlTzy on the run, look at the damage coming out from the side of Aurora. One more shot into Sanji, and Sanji finally falls his first blood over to Lunar. But in the midst of that, TNZ drops.
And there's a respawn, right? So that's what we're talking about. That revive is going to play a part, play a role throughout the game here. But yeah, objective secured by Aurora. They're going to go ahead and try to put some pressure on KarlTzy to get his buff, but he's going to go ahead and get that just fine. But as we saw from that last fight, that's what I wanted to point out. JP's revitalize in this sense is pivotal because he needs to extend the team fight for the team. You got to go ahead and deal with the heals that are coming out from that Rafaela pick for Rosa. But not only that, but being able to kind of weave in and out of the fights because of the Belric, being able to, you know, cast that Rapid Drive, lock down these members of TL, you could get stopped in your tracks, and that's not where you want to be here. So the timing on being able to extend team fights are crucial for TL.
All right, so Aurora, though, getting that first turtle. Even though they lose TNZ, levels still very similar between Carl TZ and TNZ. Sanford able to get that kill. Lunar able to get a kill for themselves. So both the XP laners benefiting from that last fight. But still, we're already seeing how Aurora can just kind of bully TL away in some of those big 5v5s. The only thing they're going to have to watch out for, I think at this point, is Sanford getting to that back line, something that he is so good at.
So the Esmeralda does really well. Good item pickup already here for Rosa. Flask of the Oasis locked in, helping with that sustainability that we're really talking about. It's a highlight of this lineup, and this was kind of thrown out there, right? With the theory, the kind of theory crafting out there about after this patch, you know, would we see these healing roams pop up? And I know it's, you know, this time it's in the hands of Rosa, but you could think about how dynamic a lineup can be now with the Rafaela, and even, for example, maybe a Matilda mid we see in the future. You know, Estez, of course, still being one of those heroes that comes into mind with this kind of concept, but second turtle is up. Let's see if this one will once again go over to Aurora. Carl Tease is going to make his way, but he might be here a little bit too late for this take.
Yeah, he's not going to go for it. He is going to back off. He takes a lot of damage from Lunar, gets a stun onto him. JP getting a little vision as well. Sanford not going to fully commit, but Aurora wants to take the fight. A big Mount Shocker onto multiple members, getting the stun. Aurora decides not to go for this orange buff. They are going to back off.
This is one of those things, Trex, where it's like, okay, Team Liquid knows the play here with this type of, you know, your claw needs to go ahead and build up. You got to get those items here. Good flicker burnt. They have to choose their fights really carefully, and that's one of the difficult things. You can play off the Eudora, that stun that you get packed in. Even the Fork Lightning is great, you know, good for poking, but you're essentially, to get a kill for Team Liquid isn't the main focus right now. They need to go ahead and just let them scale themselves up on this kind of lineup.
You know, if there's a team that can channel patience outside of Team Liquid or some other teams, Aurora is definitely one of them. They're not trying to force fights here. They're getting objectives. They're playing the map slowly. They're looking for the slow burn, the slow kill right now, and that is going to start to scale a little bit. You have the Freya. You have this heal, and the fact that it is a mid-lane Rafaela, not a roamer, that's going to actually start to benefit. She's going to benefit from some of those items and maybe even output a little bit of damage as this game goes on. Team Liquid does have some skill of their own. And I mean, this is probably one of the slowest games we've seen so far in groups.
I was going to say, very different from our previous matchup, but here we go.
Big AOG connects, does get the knock up.
Cool.
But Tianzi finds Sanji the backside. Carl Teasy not able to get away. Lunar gets the kill. JP gonna be next, chopped off, taken out. And Sanford falls as well. A double kill into the hands of Tianzi. Aurora take a huge lead 6 minutes in.
And that is the power of this lineup. You saw it right there, the amount of heals, the amount of movement speed. As we look at the replay here from STC, this pressure was around that purple buff. Pagu made his way around, but crashing in under the tier 1 turret and getting to lock down these members, but then just outlast Team Liquid. That's what the power play is for this kind of composition. This is why it ends up working out. You can see the men behind it for this one. This concept is working for Aurora as they get now the third and last turtle of this game.
This is what I mean when I say we are just unpacking the meta.
Yeah.
The layers are still peeling off right now, and we still got a long way to go till we figure out exactly what is what. And Coach Midnight's showing it right now. We have the Rafaela, and it is working beautifully. Definitely we can't count TL out just yet, but the fact that Aurora is up 4K right now, 2 towers, TL has been unable to take anything. If they can keep this lead past the first Lord, that is unheard of.
Again, this was a big thing, you know, for a lot of people coming into this year's MSC here at EWC2026 was, you know, just where would the meta be? How would the current contenders for that championship and the defending champions themselves adapt to a meta that's quite different, right? Just from last year alone, just from a few months ago for a lot of people. And it's already showing here. Oh, no.
Oh, no escape from that one. Teddy will go down. Aurora looking for new targets now into the mid side. Carl Teasy just wants to get his camps. But Aurora want more. They want to come for this tower wave, crashing down the mid, and look at the grab. A lot of damage on a TL. Into the backside, Aurora able to push Sanji away, and Siggy Boom locks on. JP falls as well. Aurora is relentless on this mid lane.
Aurora is relentless in this game, and they'll get another as Sanford is the next to fall.
I thought for sure they were done, but now they're under towers. TNZ with a triple in the face of Team Liquid. In the face of a holy defense, they're jumping under towers.
Man, oh man, who would have thought this is what you'd see in an opening matchup here for Team Liquid, and now they're desperately trying to hold on to the mid tower.
And they're still under it. The heal is insane. Tower shots to the face. They're immortal right now.
Can they end it?
I think they can. Minions down the mid side. Down goes Sanford. They're gonna pile onto Carl Teasy, and they're gonna pile onto this crystal. It's a wave still coming. They gotta wait for it. Death counters.
They gotta wait for the minions. They're gonna make their way slowly here as they put on a show for us. Team Liquid, can they defend it still?
JP and Sanji are up. AOG comes out. Wave of minions comes out as well. Aurora can't fully overcommit. A big stun coming in from Sanji, but they fall. JP, Sanji down for the count. Aurora Gaming don't want to waste any time. Sanford dives in with a fallen Star Moon. It's another wave coming. Will Aurora stay here?
Okay, they bought some time. They cleared things out, but man, the stacks right now on TNZ are insane, and they're looking to end.
They're going to keep on going. They're not going to give it up. Finally able to lock onto the base. TNZ will help Aurora take game number 1.